In this video, we're going to talk about the calendar feature on Schoology, so what it looks from a student perspective and how to add the events to the calendar. One thing we need to discuss as a staff is what we want to use the calendar for. Currently, there seems to be one of three options. Either teachers are not using it at all, some teachers are only using it for due dates, and some teachers are using it to post what they're doing in class every day. So again, I think that might need to be a discussion that we're doing as a staff. But I would like to still show you the feature of it anyways. So with calendar right now, how I use it is I just use it for due dates. Basically, I use it as a planner for them. If they want to see what we're doing each day in class, they can look where I just post updates. But as far as the calendar goes for my class, it's just if anything is due. So right now you can see, for example, on Wednesday, they had a discussion post that was due. So this would have been something that they started in class, and I wanted to make sure it was done by the following morning. This shows all of my classes. So I have 7th and 8th grade classes in here. So I have, rockets for 8th grade, but I have ecology things for 7th grade. In the top, I can narrow it down to just one class. So if I just go to my 7th graders, these are the big assignments that they have that are due. If I want to see my 8th grades, I can click just their class. Okay, and that's kind of how it works. There are a couple ways to add this to a calendar. So for example, with this one, the reason that it has a time is because in the actual discussion post, I added a due date. So it automatically synced to my calendar. You can also just go into the calendar feature on the side, click on the day that you want. So let's say 14th, and then you can add an event or assignment. Usually if I'm just adding it from here, I just add the event. So maybe there's a test. You can add any description. And then at the bottom here, you have some options. You can include all of your classes. So you would click whatever classes you want to add to that calendar. There's also a personal calendar. You can use this, or if you don't want to, you can delete it. That's a personal choice. And then from there, you can click Create all the way at the bottom. Oh, I do have to post it to a class, so I would let's just post it to my advisory, for example. Click Create, and now it adds to my calendar. I go to my advisory calendar. It will show up. So that's one way that you can add it. To see a student's perspective, I'm going to open up one of their Schoology pages. This is a view of the student's calendar and what it might look like. And this appears a little bit differently on my computer compared to the iPad, but you can still get an idea of what it looks like. So right now, the student's calendar, she's an 8th grader. You can see that she has some different events on here. This course information is a fine art document, so that appears to be showing every day throughout the month. You can see that there's a softball discussion post that's due on Monday, or was due on Monday the 28th, and a vocabulary assessment that was due on Monday the 28th. You can see there's a rough draft of an article that was due, and that's going to be due on today, the 8th, and that's in English. She has her Achieve 3000 due for science and her rocket launch on the 12th for science. So this kind of just shows a lot of the due dates. So this seems to be pretty organized. She can also narrow it down per class. So maybe she just wants to see what's going on in physical education. She can narrow it down to just these two big due dates. This calendar feature is a great option for us as teachers and for our students. And it's something that we could be using regularly to add our due dates so that our students have a quick glance at a calendar to see things that are upcoming and things that are due each day. The nice part about this feature is that it's fairly simple to use. I use it just on my computer. On the iPad it's simple as well, but I just go in each day and double check that the calendar has the main due dates that are coming up so that students have a quick glance at those. It's also a great feature if in study halls or advisory, we can have students open up their calendars, make note of things that are due or upcoming and have that conversation with them to see if things are due. This is also a nice feature for parents to look at. They could just have them open up their calendar and then the parents could see some upcoming due dates as well.